Once upon a time, far beneath the sunlit waves of the Mediterranean Sea, there lived three mermaid sisters, Leora, Neris, and Selina. Their home was a hidden coral palace, a magical place carved into a giant underwater cliff. It glowed with golden coral towers and silver seashell balconies. Thousands of tiny pearls reflected the sunlight filtering down from above, making it seem as though the palace was always filled with stars. Leora, the eldest, had fins that shimmered like sapphire and a spirit as brave as the fiercest sea storms. She loved exploring forgotten shipwrecks, diving into the dark halls to discover treasures lost to humans centuries ago. Neris, the middle sister, had fins of emerald green and a mind sharper than a shark's tooth. Her passion was solving mysteries, decoding ancient inscriptions on sunken tablets, and reading the secret patterns of the waves. And then there was Selina, the youngest, with fins of pinkish lavender and a heart so kind that even the shyest sea creatures trusted her immediately. Her days were filled with joy, singing with dolphins, racing seahorses, and playing hide-and-seek with giggling octopuses among the reefs. One golden morning, as the three sisters danced among colorful fish near a sunken pirate ship, Selina noticed something sparkling in the sand. Curiosity bubbled up inside her, and she called her sisters over. Together, their hands working in the soft sand, they pulled out a small, intricately carved bottle sealed with a golden cork. With a gentle pop, they opened it. Inside lay a delicate scroll and a tiny, glowing map that pulsed with a soft, magical light. Neris carefully unrolled the scroll. It read, "To those brave enough to seek the treasure of the White Sea, follow the moonlight, beware the whispers of the deep, and only hearts of kindness may pass." The sisters gasped, their eyes wide with excitement. A real adventure. They immediately began to pack their essentials. Leora grabbed a glowing trident she had once found in an ancient wreck, its light a beacon of her courage. Neris took a magnifying crystal, perfect for reading any tiny inscriptions they might find. And Selina carried her music shell, an enchanted object capable of calming even the most agitated sea creatures with its beautiful melodies. Their journey began in the forest of giant seaweed. Here, the seaweed strands reached up like impossibly tall towers, swaying slowly in the currents as if they were alive. Jellyfish floated among them like living lanterns, their gentle glow illuminating paths that twisted and turned unpredictably. It was a beautiful but confusing labyrinth. Neris led the way, her eyes fixed on the glowing map, carefully tracing the tiny, moon-shaped symbols that guided them forward. Whenever a path was blocked by thick, tangled seaweed, Leora would step forward and clear the way with a powerful sweep of her trident. And through it all, Selina's laughter echoed through the forest, a bright, cheerful sound that kept their spirits high and their fears at bay. After what felt like hours, the water suddenly grew colder. They had arrived at the canyon of singing clams. The canyon walls were lined with thousands of giant clams that opened and closed in a hypnotic rhythm. Their movements produced melodies so enchanting, so beautiful, that it was said mermaids who listened for too long would forget their path, their purpose, and themselves, becoming lost forever. As the sisters felt the music pulling at their minds, Selina began to hum a soft counter-melody. Her voice blended perfectly with the clam's song, creating a new harmony that was soothing instead of distracting. This allowed them to navigate safely through the canyon, their minds clear and focused. As they exited the canyon, their next challenge appeared as a colossal shadow moving silently through the deep. It was a giant sea serpent named Korath, the legendary guardian of the ancient trench. His scales glimmered like dark emeralds, and his eyes glowed with a mysterious, ancient light. Many brave mermaids had turned back in fear at the mere sight of him, but the sisters stood their ground. Leora, holding her trident high, swam forward and spoke bravely, "We mean no harm, mighty Korath. We seek only the treasure of knowledge to protect our sea." Selina then offered him a glowing pearl from her satchel, her voice soft and kind. "We bring you friendship, not fear." Korath's glowing eyes softened. He had guarded this trench for centuries and had never seen mermaids approach him with such a unique combination of courage and kindness. With a slow, thoughtful nod, he slithered aside, clearing the path. His deep voice rumbled through the water, "You may pass." But remember, the treasure you seek is not gold. It is a secret that will change the ocean forever. Thankful, the sisters swam past him and entered a hidden underwater cave. It was breathtaking. The cave was illuminated by slivers of moonlight that pierced through cracks in the rock ceiling. High above, casting ethereal beams down into the water, ancient murals covered the walls, telling the entire history of the sea. They saw images of great waves that once carried human explorers, giant, wise whales that guided lost ships to safety, and mysterious creatures that had long since vanished into legend. Maris was fascinated. She swam from mural to mural, her magnifying crystal held up to the walls. She soon realized they contained a puzzle. Only by aligning the glowing symbols of the moon scattered across the murals could the cave reveal its ultimate secret. Hours passed as they worked together. They rotated heavy, glowing stones into place and whispered the ancient incantations from the scroll. Finally, with one last symbol clicked into position, the central mural shimmered and transformed into a swirling, magical portal of light. Through the portal, the sisters could hear the whispers of the deep, the dreams and fears of every creature in the sea, the stories carried by every wave and current. It was knowledge beyond imagination, the power to understand the ocean in its entirety. But the portal also presented them with a choice. A voice echoed from it, "Take this knowledge, and you may protect the ocean, but you must give up your home forever. Or, leave it now and forget the secrets you have heard." The sisters held hands, their hearts beating as one. Leora, brave as always, was the first to speak. "We can use this knowledge to help all sea creatures without losing each other or our home." Maris nodded in agreement, her mind already racing with possibilities. Then, Selena began to sing. She poured all of her kindness and hope into a melody that she directed at the portal. Miraculously, the portal rippled in response to her song. In a flash of light, it granted them the wisdom they sought without demanding they give up their home, a special reward for their combined courage, cleverness, and pure hearts. Returning to their coral palace, the sisters became the true guardians of the Mediterranean. They used their newfound knowledge to share wisdom with mermaids, dolphins, turtles, and even the shyest octopuses. They guided lost ships safely through treacherous waters, organized efforts to clean the reefs, and taught young mermaids the ancient stories of the sea, ensuring its history would never be forgotten. Legends say that if you dive deep enough in the Mediterranean on a moonlit night, you might just see 3 shimmering mermaids swimming joyfully together, keeping the ocean safe. You might see them laughing, singing, and protecting the secrets of the deep. And sometimes, if you listen very closely, you can hear Selena's song carried on the waves, a timeless song of courage, friendship, and adventure. Thank you for listening to our story today. We hope you enjoyed this journey under the sea. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical adventures. See you next time.